What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have Darian Polloy. I hope I said that right. But more specifically, we are back with Vita Carnis. Um, so yeah, that's really it. I don't know what else to say. Welcome back, I guess. And yeah, for the video. Our first video is called Vita Carnis Living Meat Documentary Harvesters. Living meat, dude? Are you serious? Why are we talking about my meat?
The harvester.
My bad.
The harvester is a large, bulbous mass, with a large amount of tendrils spreading from the base. The bulb measures around 3 meters in height and 2 meters in diameter.
Oh,
The
they're not that
tendrils,
big.
on the other hand, can extend up to 150 meters in diameter horizontally. The harvester is a specialized form of crawl that grows in a unique and deadly way. A harvester is created when a node, that will grow into a harvester, instead of separating, continues to grow.
Oh.
Eventually, it will grow tendrils of its own. It uses the energy provided by its mother branch and expands its reach further. Its tendrils,
Damn.
hidden just below the surface of the ground. The harvester is equipped with two types of specialized tendrils. The first type is bulky and flat. They lie the closest to the surface. These branches are lined on each length of the tendril with spines, extending in the shape of a bear trap. On each side of the branch, those particular
like a
spines
trap.
have a vein that feed into them, that pump two types of venom. On one side, the spines
Oh.
can inject a neurotoxin, which will attack the nervous system of whomever it is injected into, causing sudden paralysis.
Damn.
The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected, prevents blood cells from clotting. Whenever
Wait.
a large animal moves across the area armed with these tendrils, the branches will clamp onto the animal and thrash violently.
Damn.
Once the prey has been injected with both venoms, the tendrils will rest and the prey will immediately collapse. The animal will be unable to move due to the paralysis, and the wounds caused by the thrashing spines will not stop bleeding. All the prey can do is lie patiently, until succumbing to blood loss.
Damn.
Once the prey has bled out, the second type of tendrils come in. They lie below the spine equipped once. These branches are thick, but very sturdy. They share similar anatomy to the small branches of the crawl, equipped with organelle that absorbs nutrients.
Okay.
These tendrils sense the blood, and move their way to the surface and begin to absorb the vital fluid. Once the blood has been consumed, the tendrils will wrap around the body and begin to shuffle downwards. This movement loosens the soil and slowly pull the body underground.
Damn.
Once secure, the tendrils will continue to feed until there is nothing but scraps. The nourishment absorbed by the tendrils will be sucked back into the main bulb of the harvester. This bulb houses
That
all the
is
vital organs and the
crazy.
venom glands that pump into the spines. The nutrients are then converted into usable energy.
Will we see it in action?
The remains underground decompose, providing a rich soil, causing very prominent plant growth, which then attracts more animals.
That is crazy.
A strange behavior the harvester displays as its choice of diet. The spines will only activate on larger animals, allowing smaller ones to pass by unaffected. The spines will also not activate on some species of bird. There are a couple theories as to why this happens. One, it could be that attacking smaller animals would cost too much energy for what they get in return, making
Yeah.
it not worth the time. Another, could be that smaller animals may attract larger animals or predators, allowing a safe place where prey may thrive, and lure more predators.
Yeah, I was
It
thinking
truly
that.
is astonishing.
And we should kill
Although
it.
it is a spectacular creature, it is also very dangerous.
To humans.
The harvester is decently rare, only populating sparse areas in the northern hemisphere and woodland forests. If you are stung by a harvester, there will be no way of helping you, being that there is no cure, and fatality is 100% positive.
You keep
The
seeing
best thing
that.
you can do is avoid
What is it?
encountering a harvester in the first place. If you are hiking, take note of any warnings or signs saying that there are harvesters around. If you also notice an abundance of lush, ground-dwelling plants in a forested area, and there are no signs of wildlife, this is suspicious and you should leave the area, staying close to
Just
the
be
base
smart.
of large trees or rocks. If you find yourself in the middle of a harvester ground, do not panic. Sudden movements may activate the tendrils and will inject you. Although a harvester is rather forgiving, do not risk any skittish movements. Remain calm. If you have any objects with considerable heft, like coats, backpacks, or full water bottles, gently take that object and lightly toss it towards the bulb, and away from your escape route. This will activate the spines on where the object lands,
Idiot.
distracting the bulb for a moment.
Run.
You will then slowly begin to do wide shuffles away from the bulb. If possible, throw another object when you are certain you are a fair enough distance away, just to be safe. Continue until you are completely sure you are out of harm's way. You may come out unscathed, but don't be too obnoxious, or you will be a harvester's next meal. Next up is the host.
What the fuck do you mean the host? Next video. This next one is called Host of Influence. What does that mean? I don't know.
The host of influence.
Imperium Cardinus.
The host of influence, more commonly referred to as the
That's kinda
host,
cool.
has its name derived from a host who invites guests to an event. Not to be confused with a host, a harborer of parasites or disease. The host is a semi-humanoid looking organism. It has the structure of a head, torso, and arms. Other than this,
No legs.
it shares no other characteristics. The lower half of the host is comprised of a mass of fibrous tissue and tendrils that burrow into the ground to hold the host in place. Instead of skin, the host is covered in muscular tissue fibers, tendons,
Ooh.
and veins. In some parts of the body are covered in a meaty plate, used to cover any large exposed areas, but allowing movement. The host's head has a smooth surface where the face should be, attached to a crooked neck, which houses a slit in the front used for feeding. On the host's back
it's like a
is a
hidden
mound of
mouse.
pores. Protruding from these pores are hollow, hair-like structures, extending outwards. These hairs are barrels that release spores produced within host's body, by being fired into the air. These spores are hazardous, so keep clear of them at all costs. Luckily, the host
What
is
the fuck
rare,
was
only found
that?
in North America. Obtaining info about the host is a very risky and daunting task. This is because of their
How does it
rarity and
kill
of how
them?
dangerous it is to be up close to one.
Oh.
The spores
Spores.
released by a host is very dangerous when inhaled. A host will release a cloud of spores into the air, which will be picked up by wind and carried great distances. If an organism inhales the spores, the particles will find their way into the organism's brain and infect them. An infected organism will show no symptoms of infection right away, but a couple hours after infection the infected organism's behavior and thought process will change. The first symptoms that appear are restlessness, sluggish movement, numbness of joints, and lack of coordination. Then more serious symptoms appear over time. These include dizziness, migraines, impaired speech, and trembles.
So
If
you're
or
just
someone
sick,
you know
really.
show these symptoms, contact poison control or emergency services.
Or just
After
kill
a
them and
total
put
of
them out
6
of
to
their
7 hours
misery.
after infection, the organism will cease
sorry.
all
I'm
activities they were
sorry.
previously doing and
I'm
begin
so
to walk.
sorry.
The direction the infected will walk is towards the host whose spores have been inhaled by the infected individual. If the infected
Why did that scare me?
makes their way to the host, they will kneel down in front of it, expose their vital organs, and the host will promptly gut and remove those organs. The host will consume them and discard the leftover scraps.
So kill it.
However, if an infected organism doesn't reach the host within a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection, the effects will wear off and return back to normal.
Good.
If
So,
a host
a
is
little more
unable
than
to
a
find
day,
prey
but
or
less than
doesn't like its
2
current
days.
location, it will unroot itself and move to a new location.
Damn.
Their scarce numbers and the hazard of being around one makes getting info about the host very daunting. All you need to currently know is that the host is extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs. Next, the
That's it?
monoliths.
Monoliths? What is that, dude? Okay. Damn, these are actually just bad. It's getting more dangerous. I'm scared of what the last one will be. Anyways, next video. This next one is called Monoliths. I think it's the last one too. In the entries. No, I'm not sure.
The monoliths. The monolith is a very new creature, only showing up in June of 1972, in the area of. There are only 7 monoliths, all of them located in a circular position, 1.5 kilometers in diameter. This ring of monoliths surrounds.
Almost at my.
The monolith is a Titanic-sized being, measuring roughly 120 meters in height. Each monolith has 2 trunk legs that are firmly embedded underground.
What? I thought they were like, I don't know, like normal people. This bitch is a giant.
The legs connect to a torso. The creature itself is made of hundreds of thousands of meaty strands, tightly woven together to form the structure. These strands end at the neck, fusing into a solid mass of hardened flesh in the shape of an upside-down triangle, with a hole in its center. On each side of the monolith where arms would be, there are dozens of long, rope-like appendages. These reach just barely to the ground. At the creature's feet, the strands go deep into the earth and extend horizontally a decent distance away. What the monoliths do is simply stand and do nothing. The only activity documented that the monoliths have done was in. During this period, they were extremely aggressive. When the group of were making their way to the city, the monolith that they had passes roared a deep bellow and swung its appendages at the team, completely wiping them out. When military vehicles were dispatched, once they got close enough to top the monolith, it roared another call, this time releasing an EMP blast, completely knocking the vehicles out in the vicinity. Finally, long-distance rockets were fired and struck the creature.
Uh-oh.
Although damaged, it regenerated at great speed, and resumed its stance unscathed. Eventually, the area has been fenced off and is now restricted to all. Ever since, the monolith stands silently, now only a grand spectacle of awe and mystery, only adding more questions to these meat beings. And finally, the last creature on this list is marvelous and majestic world that exists today. It's as extraordinary to have such strange and mysterious beings appear all around us. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery of the lives of these living meat creatures.
You better not end it. Nice video, I guess. This next one is called Cooking at Home Kitchen. Cheese crawl penne cook along.
This could be the greatest discovery of the age.
Baby. Let this feeling in.
Have any information of the whereabouts of
Instant. That's gonna be important.
Be making a dish that has recently gained a fair amount of popularity. Today's dish will be a cheesy crawl penne.
Penne.
To start off, these will be the ingredients you will need. 3 cups of penne pasta.
Okay.
Roughly 3 cups worth of fresh crawl. Try to get a variety of sizes when you buy yours, or when you harvest
Ooh, now we're eating them
them
bitches.
yourself. 1 cup of cheese. Half a cup of green onion. 1 teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of Cajun spice. 2 tablespoons of parsley. 1 tablespoon of dill. 1 tablespoon of garlic. A pinch of pepper. And finally, the most crucial ingredient. Nutrier Company's newly released Flavor Enhancer.
Bring out the
To
richness
bring
of flavor
out the
within
richness
each and
of
every meal.
flavors within each and every meal.
Oh. Back here too, I guess.
First, get a
Who's this
medium-sized
guy?
pot
Why
and
does he
fill
have
half
gloves
of
on?
it with water.
Even this guy doesn't trust it.
Add a pinch of salt, which is used to help the pot come to a boil faster and help flavor the pasta. Then, set aside to boil. Grab your crawl and a sharp knife. Begin to cut the meat into a rough mince.
It looks like a membrane. Ooh. Hey man, no sound needed. Okay. Sure, ignore me. This guy's just...
Crawl is soft on the outside, but the interior has a surprising sturdiness.
You should not be eating that. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Then, gather the meat and set aside.
No, how about we don't do this at all?
Mince the green onion into rough segments.
I don't like this.
Take
dude.
this mince and set aside as well. Next,
Whoa.
grab your skillet and preheat with along some oil.
Okay. They actually made a whole damn recipe.
Take your minced crawl and spread it evenly across the skillet. Stir occasionally until crisp and brown. As your water reaches a boil, add your penne and stir
editing, bro.
occasionally.
Okay. You can see the outline and everything. Like, look, bro.
Cook until soft.
Oh, bro.
At this time, your crawl will be brown and crisp.
It looks like ground beef.
Add your
Wow,
minced
my dear.
green onion and then the spices. Mix well. Once your pasta is finished cooking, strain it. Lay your cooked penne evenly into your dish. Then add the crawl topping.
This music is pissing me off, dude. Oh.
Sprinkle a generous amount of cheese along the still warm crawl for it to melt. At this point, finish preparing the dish with your flavor enhancer, but allow your dish to cool to a temperature below 60 degrees Celsius, or else the enhancer will not work. Now you may serve and enjoy.
Uh-huh. So, that was a weird one. I'm not gonna lie. Last one. Why not? Next video. The next one is called Guide to Owning a Pet Trimming.
Many people get pets for companionship. They form bonds and grow relationships with these animals, even to the point of them being considered a part of the family. Most people get dogs or cats, but maybe you want something more interesting.
No.
Then,
Go with
you
my
may want
dogs.
to get yourself a trimming. These lumps of meat have grown a reputation to be a loving companion for many people in the recent months. Although, most people may not know the proper ways to care for them. Today, we will be showing you how you can care for your pet trimming. Taking care of a trimming is fairly easy, but this is no reason to slack off. They are living things and do require maintenance.
Wow,
The
really?
first thing to keep in mind when keeping a trimming is the temperature of your home. While trimmings are resilient to both high and low conditions, you want to keep your base temperature near room temp, maybe slightly cooler. That being said, trimmings prefer warmer areas to nest. A simple setup you may use is a box with some blankets on the inside. Make sure there
Thanks,
is
bro.
enough for your trimming to cover itself. And now, you have a comfy bed for your buddy.
Ew, dude. Put on some pants
Next,
or something.
you want to give your trimming the best diet possible. Trimmings are not picky eaters, and will eat anything you give them. To
Okay.
keep your trimming healthy
Angelica.
and strong, a diet of dry cat or dog food that is high in protein, provided 2 times a day, is best. As a treat, you may give your trimming any scraps of your food. Things like apple cores, banana peels, or eggshells
Banana.
are a perfect snack. A thing to remember is trimmings are nocturnal and make plenty of noise.
Shut your bitch ass up. Shut your fucking ass. I'm sorry.
To prevent you from having sleepless nights, try to give your trimmings first meal in the late morning or afternoon. This helps them be active during these times instead.
That's it.
Another thing to consider if you want a pet trimming is where they will be
Exercise.
living. Your home should have enough space for your trimming to roam around,
Right.
as well as access to the outdoors, like a backyard. If not,
looks like a
be
turtle.
sure to take your trimmings on regular walks. This gives your trimming the exercise they need, as well as allowing them to meet other trimmings. Trimmings are a social creature and need to interact with others of their kind, like how they do in the wild.
Okay.
When it comes to
Wanna
entertainment,
take a
trimmings
pic
are not the most active
with
and
Cardi
aren't the
B
best at fetch or tug of
inside.
war.
Just
But here are other ways to keep your trimming entertained. Some toys that trimmings like are little items they can push, around, pull, or carry. Trimmings also enjoy things that you enjoy as well,
video games.
like watching the television
Oh.
or listening to the radio.
Ooh.
They love seeing and listening to all the funny things coming from the devices. After a long day,
God
your
damn.
trimming might be dirty and need a wash. To clean them, start your bath with a gentle warm water, mixed with a bit of hand or body wash. Gently scrub the trimming's feet, armpits, belly, and neck fold.
Mm.
Remember to be careful around their face, and avoid getting soap in their eyes, nose, and mouth.
These people
Gently pat dry
are
with
so
a towel when
fragile.
done. Now your buddy is all clean.
He bites his finger. That's not it, is it?
And lastly,
Oh.
as said before, trimmings are social creatures, so be sure to give them plenty of affection. They love receiving pats, scratches, and pets. They also love to sit with you and cuddle. Since they communicate with each other in the wild, it is best to replicate this behavior with them as well. Simply talking to them is plenty enough. You can talk about your day, if anything interesting happened at work, if you are working on any new recipes, or talk about the weather. Trimmings are very good listeners and love to be involved.
I'm just waiting, bro. I know he's gonna bite him, and he doesn't.
With all of these in mind, you are now well equipped to have a trimming become a part of the family.
Looks like a meatball.
Do things right, and you will have a companion for a long while.
Damn. Guessing something went wrong. Damn. So, anyways, should that be it for today's episode? Nah, one more, and then we'll be done. Next video. This last one is called Meat Snake Specimen Archived Footage. This doesn't seem too good.
With the war in the year of 1945, with the war finally ended, the cleanup process had started. During routine sweep of an underground train tunnel, the cleanup crew made a grotesque discovery. Found completely filling the tunnel was a meaty wall, and in the center of the mass was an opening with several skulls surrounding it. Closer inspection of the blockage revealed that the mass was actually an extremely engorged meat snake.
Damn.
Its impeccable size had blocked off the entirety of the tunnel's path. There was many strange things with this creature. First was the coloration. A typical meat snake's color is bright reds and light browns.
Right.
This particular meat snake was a very deep maroon. Another strange thing about it was its behavior. This creature barely moved. Meat snakes are normally sluggish and encumbersome, but the specimen discovered seemed to lack even basic motor functions. Its behavior was that of a plant's. Stationary, with only minor movements within. One would assume it was dead. The reason the meat snake may act this way may be because it was completely lodged in place and minimized movements to conserve energy.
True.
But how would it have gotten this deep into the tunnel in the first place? And by the looks of weathering, it had been in there for quite some time.
Damn.
So how did it get so large?
I don't know.
The answer was discovered by a different cleaning crew, who found the other end of the tunnel.
Okay.
They followed it until it met with the other end of the meat snake. Alongside it was a huge pile of This meat snake's skin also displayed great amounts of resilience. It took several days of cutting to even obtain a sample. Here, you can see the clear difference between this meat snake specimen versus a normal meat snake's membrane.
Yeah.
Testing on the sample
That's a
showed that
piece
it
of
had
steak.
great
You
immunity
just
to
put a
damage.
piece of steak next to it.
It tolerated extreme freezing temperatures, extreme heat temperatures, and even high doses of radiation.
Yeah.
It is a wonder how such durability can occur in an organic creature. Another strange phenomenon is the smell off the skin. Normally, it would have a sour smell of rotting flesh. But the specimen displayed a rather pleasant smell, like that of cooking scrambled eggs.
What?
Meat snake was later discovered to be missing by unknown survivors. How the meat snake grew in size was discovered to be...
It's missing now? No. You better not. It just ended like, are we serious? Are we? Anyways, guys, that will be it for today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please drop me that like button down below. And hey, if you're new, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and it tells me that I'm doing something right. Just check out this guy, bro. He literally made the things in real life just so it could fit a little better, and the art is great, bro. Like the trimming, that shit was kind of funny. I can't lie. But anyways, that'll be all for today. The links of my other channels will be down in the description. Of course, I will see you in the next video.